All right, this one is a little bit newer than the other ones that I've been doing. Still a Gottlieb, or Gottlieb Premier, shall we say. This is class of 1812 from, I think it's 89. It says 90. Okay. So, yeah, I think the next newest one that's in this batch is like Haunted House is 82. Volcano, I think, was 82, 83. So, this one's a couple iterations later. So, Gottlieb did their System 1 machines, and then they jumped over to the System 80 series, and then they went to System 80B, which is where you got. Thank you. It's where you got your games like Arena and Hollywood Heat and Monte Carlo, stuff like that. And then they went to the System 3 games. So System 3 is what kind of ended with Gottlieb. So it had Nightmare on Elm Street and Barbed Wire and Waterworld and Super Mario Brothers, all that stuff. Frank Thomas, Shack Attack. But there were some games that came out as System 3 that were not dot matrix display games. So you've got Class of 1812 here, Lights, Camera, Action. What's the other one? That airplane game, Operation Thunder, I think. Silver Slugger, Car Hop.
My name is Willie, don't think I'm silly. When the moon is full, your neck I'll pull out.
All right, so this game, it's so weird. Such a bizarre theme. It's such a bizarre execution of that theme. It's really cool, and it's fun to play. It's just weird. It doesn't correlate to. I mean, it's classic horror adjacent in terms of like there's a Wolfman. It's the weirdest looking Wolfman you've ever seen. He's wearing a fez hat, but it's a Wolfman. There's a guy that could be Dr. Jekyll. Could be, good grief, could be Cesar Romero as the Joker from the Batman '60s show. It's just weird. There's a vampire Dracula guy, kind of looks like Grandpa Munster, kind of doesn't. I don't know. I would love to have some sort of sit down or listen to a podcast with whoever came up with this concept. It's so strange, but at the end of the day, is it fun? Yeah, it's a fun game. It's totally weird, fun game, really simple. 2-ball multi-ball. I haven't played it in years. I've played two or three different versions of this game, but I've played this one specifically for years now, but it's been a while. So this one's kind of, it's got some chewiness to it. It's been chewed up a little bit. You can tell the flippers were dragging at some point, so that's kind of scuffed off. Oh boy, all original ramps. A lot of crud built in there. Where's the? I'm turning the volume off. Maybe that'll help. Some of that speech and stuff. But if you're gonna look into kind of spooky themed games, it's fun to have something that's a little different. I mean, there's some old games. There's Haunted House, of course. There's Dracula by Stern, the 1979 or 80 game. But as far as like 90s, 80s, 90s goes, you had Elvira, which was fun and campy. And then you had like Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was a straight up horror game, which is pretty rare on itself, just being a horror theme. Nightmare on Elm Street, which, Nightmare on Elm Street is horror and comedy and campiness in itself. So this one is just kind of over the top campy and just bizarre. The colors are all over the place. It's a bag of Skittles, but it's got some neat features though. Obviously the go-to stuff that you want to shoot for. It's got a good spinner, a good couple of ramps on there, and then it's got the drop targets in front of stand-up targets, which wasn't super common. Bally did that back in the day. Gottlieb has some games that does that. I think maybe Stern Electronics had some games that did the same thing. But that's always a fun feature when there's something to shoot after the thing that you shoot. Of course, it has the Gottlieb gigantic saucer kick-out eject vuck, whatever you want to call it. That thing. Thankfully, it only has one, whereas a lot of the games came later had multiple of those. It's just such an ugly execution of that concept. I don't know why they didn't just do a standard saucer kick out or something. It basically absorbs the ball from all angles. Like if it's a smaller hole, you got to intentionally shoot it, but this thing just kind of gets in there all the time. Not a fan. But when you actually fire it up and start going, it's the whole theme of the game really, as weird as it is fun to watch it come to life because it's got the talking denture. It's so weird. Mouth thing. It's got a beating heart, and then this the hand and stuff that moves. Does this move? I can't remember if it moves. No, it's just a static hand. For some reason, I was thinking it did the finger thing. But anyways, I'm gonna fire it up because you gotta see this thing in action.
In zombie, I'm your host. Revive my friends that fall the most.
It's got good music, and then when you get into multi-ball, the music gets weird again. Three roll downs. Does have ramp returns, which Gottlieb really wasn't doing a ton of ramp returns for the longest time. They'd return the ball somewhere, but not necessarily to your flipper. So that's lock one.
Shoot the ball.
Okay, so apparently lock one is the lock. Now I'm remembering that. Holy cow. It's so strange. Oh man. A weird game. Alright, get that back up. So now it's in some sort of mode, which is actually pretty cool. Oh my gosh, the music. So it's in a timed mode right now, which is really cool because modes just weren't a thing until they were one day, and it kind of started slow. Gottlieb was doing modes in, in this. They got modes in lights, camera, action. What's the other game? Cue Ball Wizards got modes. It was kind of when Williams Bally did Addams Family, that modes became the thing and had modes all over. But that right there, that was a mode. Funhouse, the hot dog mode. So it was trying to get you to play the game in a certain way, just focus on targets or some sort of thing that was other than just getting multi-ball and stacking bonuses. So anyways, really cool game. Nice cabinet art. This one's kind of chewed up. It's got some planking going on with everything. Front's got some really bad planking going on. I don't know if they make repro decals or stencil kits or anything for it, but I mean, this just may be what it is. I've restored, I don't know if I've restored one as bad as this, so who knows. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not, maybe it'd be a giant headache. Missing the plumb bob. I think it's in the bag, so I gotta install that. Missing the ball roll tilt, but who cares? One thing that's really annoying though, not the Williams flippers. I agree with Williams style flippers 110%. What I disagree with is not modifying the mechanism or changing out the mechanism to travel and behave like a Williams flipper. So right now we're dealing with this, which is as vertical gets in a pinball machine. It's basically like a like an old pinball, video game where they just had no clue what the actual travel should be, what physics look like. They just kind of put things wherever. So this is what you end up with, is way too much travel on the flipper. So you can basically stop the ball anytime by just raising the flipper at the right time. Whereas in a normal game, that would immediately try and jump over to the other side. So got to deal with that. I don't know if I'll put different mechs in it or I'll see what's there, but it shoots. I mean, it's playing. It's a game. It needs a little love here and there, and all that. But pretty fun. It's a total departure from the rest of these, which are very much of the late 70s, early 80s vibe. By this time, they had a bunch of competition with doing cool things with ramps, with playfield features and toys. So it's just a fun evolution over the span of a decade. Basically, this came out in 79, and 10, 11 years later, they're doing this stuff. So it's really cool. Little transition period that went really quickly. 10 years is not a long time in the span of things, and for them to come as far as they did, it's pretty cool. Anyways, that's all on this one. On to the next.